What went into your thinking when you decided to enter the transfer portal? What goes into the process of that?
Honestly, went in and then started asking kind of friends and family friends and people within my kind of circle if they knew places that needed a snapper and stuff like that. And I had Jay Feely, who was a kicker in the NFL for a long time, so he was kind of helping me out, asking people that he knew, and then I started getting calls and led me to here.
How did you end up becoming a long snapper in college?
So I always wanted to play tight end. So coming out of high school, that's really what my focus was on, and wanted to play tight end. I started when I was younger, probably 7th grade, because my dad long snapped in college as well, and he played center, so he's always kind of was preaching like, learn how to snap, it'll help you get to college eventually if you're not the best tight end ever. So went on, and I was going to play tight end in college. Didn't really end up working out, and then I got a call from Arizona State, and their special teams coach was like, I heard you can long snap, I'll be there tomorrow to come see you. And I was like, oh gosh, I gotta like start focusing on this. So like within the day I just started snapping a ton. He came, liked what he saw, and then ended up at ASU.
What position, where'd your dad go?
He went to a small school in Wisconsin, Concordia University. Yeah.
How would you describe your time at Arizona State?
A lot of learning. Great special teams room, a lot of talented guys. My coach was awesome. He coached for the Packers for a long time, so just instilling how to be a professional specialist was huge there, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
All this change in the Big 12, and now Arizona State's joining the league. What do you make of that?
I was about to go to bed, and I saw it pop up, and I'm like, oh gosh, like here we go. So texted all my buddies that are there, Trenton Bourguet, their quarterback. I was like, hey, I'll see you next year. So yeah.
How much do you know about Alex Ward and his time at UCF?
I know he's a legend. I know a lot. I got to meet him. He hosted me on my visit, and he's an awesome dude. We instantly connected, and I text him a lot, actually, asking him for tips. Asked him to send video from the Rams, stuff he's working on, going through. So, yeah, he's a good dude.
And he had a reputation, just a tremendous work ethic.
Yeah.
I mean, he tracked every snap.
I do the same thing. I keep a notebook every practice. I know every single snap I've done. If it's good, bad, laces, location, everything like that. So just taking little tips like that and trying to implement them.
How much do you study that then? You're writing it down? You're looking at film as well?
Every single day, everything. Rotation of the ball, laces, spiral, snapping and running down the field, all that stuff, yeah. There's a lot that goes into it. I think you want to be perfect at what you do.
What's it like in the special teams unit, the chemistry that you need to develop?
Here it's phenomenal. That's one of the things that I think drew me here is instantly meeting Mitch and Boomer, and it was like, you guys are awesome. Like, I want to come here and play with you guys, and everybody in the room. Grant Reddick's super talented. Bauerfeind is super talented, and he's only been snapping for a year. You got Aiden Fettigan, who snaps probably one of the best balls I've seen. Like, everybody in the room. Freaking, let me think, who else do we got? We got Big Mike. Really talented, like everybody's good, so yeah.
You mentioned Mitch and Colton.
Yeah.
That's a different pair of guys, right? I mean, they hang out together all the time, but they're really different characters.
Yeah, way different. I think they blend well, though. It's the maturity of Mitch and then the kind of optimistic Boomer kind of go together, and Mitch's like, all right, settle down, and there's Boomer all excited all the time, so it's fun, and I get to be in the middle of it.
What are you learning from Coach Blackman?
A bunch. He's very detailed coach, and I coming from ASU, I was like, what am I going to learn differently here, and kind of stuff like that, you know. And I was like, this guy's detailed and knows what he's talking about, and he works with the tight ends as well as us, so I think he's kind of over there, and then he comes obviously in our special teams meetings, and it's just detailed. He's about it, and he's a really good guy. Like, he's a good man off the field, and that's what I think I enjoy about him the most.
What do you think of this jump that UCF's making? You've been at Arizona State. You know what it's like to play at that level, and it's a little bit a higher level than UCF's been playing at. What do you expect from this season?
I expect a good year. I mean, it's hard for me to judge the team because I'm in my little specialist bubble, so I can't really speak on, you know, how their offense and defense are doing. But the chemistry of the team, I think, is just the leaders on the team, our captains, the meetings they're calling and how they're taking charge of the team. I can't say anything but that we're going to do well. You know, it's just the vibe that I get from the team without even having a full knowledge of the offense and defense and our production so far. It's just the leaders are going to lead us, and I'm expecting something big.
What's the challenge in being the new guy fitting in? But there's a lot of new guys. I mean, look at everybody around us. I mean, it's not like you're the only guy transferring in.
Coming in the special teams room was just being consistent. I mean, I know Ward was a rock star and all that stuff, so it's just being consistent and doing my job. I don't think there's anything much I can, you know, lead the guys within my room, try to be a good guy on the team and be consistent. That's kind of my main goal for the year.
Do you look at challenging for a position, replacing a guy like that, to be intimidating, or he set a standard and that challenges you to maybe raise your game? And
yeah, we got wristbands that says meet the standard, so that's kind of all I'm focusing on. Is just not so much of filling his shoes or trying to be him, but more just coming in, doing my job. And it drew me here that he was here, like kind of a challenge of like, all right, that was the best, now let's meet it or raise the bar, you know, and kind of create a long snapping U, if that makes any sense. So that's what I texted when I told Ward I was coming here. I'm like, let's make this long snapper U and just keep going. So
how's it different being in Orlando than Arizona? What have you liked most about being in Central Florida?
Shoot, being close to the water's nice. I love the green kind of foliage and stuff like that. The desert kind of I wasn't a huge fan of the desert because I'm from Northern California where it's super green. So I enjoy being the green here, but the humidity is rough. That first practice, I was like, oh my gosh, it's hot out here, but it's good. I love it. I've got to spend some time in Venice too, Venice, Florida, driving down there, being in the Gulf is super nice, and it's a good area. I love it. Can't complain. And no doubt you've heard about the Bounce House.
Oh yeah. A couple weeks out now from the home opener. What are you most looking forward to getting out there in front of home folks? Just kind of embracing the atmosphere, getting out there for the first time. You never really know what it's going to be like, so I just kind of want to get the first one out, get my first snaps out of the way, and then be able to be like, all right, we're here now, ready to go, ready for the season. You're ready to go, aren't you? At this point in camp, you're just ready. I mean, it's still stuff to learn, and there's still competition, but at this point, you kind of just want to play, right? Yeah. Ready to put it out on the field. We worked hard.